It's only
I don't know.
Can you keep it for TV if you don't mind?
at home? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
It's like 6 of us in here right now. Maybe.
Obviously, we all know that you've got the utmost respect for KD, but is there anything that he does at this point that still surprises you, or are you just used to seeing that kind of level of greatness?
I'll tell you, I definitely don't take it for granted. I definitely don't take his talent and his amount of hard work that he puts into not only his craft, but just his life, how he treats himself. I don't take it for granted. We got to enjoy the time while he's here, not just as a teammate, but the whole entire world watching. And he's impacted the world of sport, completely. But when he's doing performances like this on a consistent basis, you can't take it for granted. You just continue to feed him good energy, and just want to see him continue to be consistent with that. So he puts a lot of hard work in, a lot of pressure on himself at times, and he wants to be the best. And when I'm alongside him, I want to be the best too. So we continue to push each other in ways that go way beyond the court, but when we're on the court and we're playing well, it looks good. So we just want to keep it up.
You said, obviously he wants to be the best. That's the highest scored quarter he's ever had. He's 34. I mean, is this...
What's 34 in NBA years, though? That's all I'm saying. You know that question I was going to ask you, man.
Well, my point is this the best?
Yeah.
Is this the best? I don't mean tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, is this the best extended run that you've seen him have?
To be up close, yeah. Numbers show. So, when we're out there, it doesn't necessarily feel like that because he makes it look so easy, or he gets it in a myriad of ways. He's a 3-level scorer, 4-level scorer at times, shooting a deep ball. So, when he gets on stretches like this, you want to play well alongside him. That's really how I feel. I want to play well alongside him. Because it's one thing if one person on the team is scoring 40 every night, 35 every night, but when we're dishing the ball the way we are, when we're playing defense the way we are, then it makes his performances look even more spectacular as it should because we're winning. If he was doing it and we were just having these ups and downs, which the last few years have shown, then it doesn't feel as good. But when we're winning like this and the team feels good and we know that we're not panicking and we're having turnovers and we're having lulls in the game, but we're just not holding our head. We're just trusting what we got going on and then, just playing basketball.
Kyrie, when you walked out in the fourth quarter, you and Kevin were kind of there and looked like Kevin just nodded to you like, we have this. I mean, is that sort of how you felt? You don't want to, waste that kind of performance, or you're,
not we don't want to waste any performance.
Right.
You want to waste any performance, but to your point, when Kev's out of the game and I'm in, we hold each other to utmost accountability. If he gets the lead back or he lets go of the lead, we look each other in the eye and it's like, man, we got to be better, or let's continue this. So we've created that dialogue, but it doesn't just happen with me and him. It creates energy and synergy amongst everybody. We know when we raise our level, especially when we need stops and we haven't played as well in the first half or one quarter. One of our leaders, Kev, gets it going. We keep pushing, and he keeps pushing us. And when he gets us the lead back or he ties the ball game, then I have to come in and do what I do, and then we do it together. But the guys around us really make us great. So that's really the tale of the story this year. It's just the guys around us. We're making each other better.
Kyrie, following up on that, you had 38, and you got rolling too. What is it like for you guys specifically to play off one another in these kind of games when you're playing at that kind of level offensively?
Man, I mean, that level offensively, when we're just clicking on all cylinders and guys are not necessarily just making shots, but we're doing the little things, it feels good. The team morale is good. And there's a level of poise that we're learning about one another in these situations. We're down 17, down 19, down 15. And though we don't want to be in these holes, it's a challenge for us to face as a team that we haven't faced as a group on a consistent basis of 40 games or 50 games as of yet. And I think I said it the other night, the best team is determined in April, May, and June. So these are tune-ups right now where we want to continue to play well. We're not going to shoot the ball well every single night, but our defensive principles got to be able to stand up to any team in this league. We see the best teams in the league. They're up there in the defensive categories and statistics. And if we could marry our offense and our defense, then I feel like we got a good run that we could put together moving forward.
You talked about the best teams obviously are rooted in their defense. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with his assessment? It looked like, Nick struggled defensively in the first half. kind of grew back into his own in the second half, got that big block late. What allowed him to do that? And B, just how irreplaceable is his defense for the way you guys want to play?
He's an asset. He brings much more than just his defensive presence. Him just being out there and being a smart player and making the right choices on that end. We give him the utmost freedom to go and chase shots. He's gotten better over the last few years. So we just want to include him in everything that we do, especially on the defensive end, because he cleans up a lot of our mistakes. And teams have, over the last few years, lived at our rim or have been, out on the perimeter and they've gotten things easy. So we don't want any more knocks on our game as much. So if we can limit our weaknesses and be able to play through certain challenges throughout the game, then I feel like it sets us up for what we're preparing for. So every game is a chance for us to continue to prepare for when those months come later down the line. But we're going to enjoy every moment and every day. And when Nick, alongside other guys, are doing the little things, it makes the world of difference for our team.
Last question.
Yeah, you're not going to see Steph when you see the Warriors in a couple days. You're going to see Klay.
Hey, Steph, please get healthy. Please get healthy, brother. Wish you nothing but the best. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're going to see Klay.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys haven't seen him in, I think, three years or so. What does it mean to you? And I know how closely you follow the game, how much respect you have for guys in the game, to be able to see him on the floor again having success.
Shoot, man, I tell you, anytime we get a guy back in our league that has been through a journey that a lot of people don't necessarily know about behind the scenes, how much it takes, how much sacrifice it takes to put your body, your mind, your spirit through all of the rigors of rehab and, sitting on the sideline and, going through every emotion with something that you love to do for a living. It's a job for us as work, but we love to do it. Especially the ones that want to separate themselves. Klay's one of those ones that's always wanted to separate himself in the league. He's a great winner. He's a team player, and he has an edge about him that pushes his opponents. And for us in this brotherhood here that we have, as well as the sisterhood, like we believe that anybody that's coming back from injury and they haven't been on the court for 2 years, we got to give them grace, we give them patience, and we give them a lot of confidence, whether we're going against them or not. So I'm always appreciative when we could go against guys that have been through bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain. He has winning championship the way he did. And as you can tell just how long-winded this answer is at times, just I love him and I just want to see him do well. So for him to come back into Brooklyn and play against us and me going against him, a fellow at number 11 as well, it feels good, man. So I'm happy for him. But when we step on that court, it's all competition. So.
Thanks, Scott.
What got you going there in the third?
Nothing. I mean, I feel like I'm always I'm always locked in to play, and whenever my name is called, I gotta go out there and make shots and shoot good shots. And that's what happened at the end of the third. I felt like I had some great looks. I was able to finish them.
Did you determine, I think you guys were down by about a dozen, like 3 minutes left. Did you determine that you had to be more aggressive in hunting your shots?
Yeah, I felt like I could be more aggressive around that time. Kai came out the game, so I knew there would be a lot of attention on me to score, so I tried to keep that in mind as well. But I felt like I got some good one-on-one opportunities, and with late help that I was able to shoot over, and then the 3 threes. What I think got it started was the 5 free throws. When I came down, he fouled me on a 3, and then I got the bonus. We was in the bonus, and I got the free throws there, and that's what kind of started those 3 threes at the end of the quarter, which got me going too, got us going, got us over the hump. So just trying to put my foot on the gas and be aggressive to score, and that'll open up the rest for my teammates.
Kevin, you had like 20 points in 3 minutes, the final 3 minutes. I mean, when that's happening, are you even thinking, or what is it like to be like that?
I usually know how many shot attempts and. But when I forget, that's when I really know I'm like super in the zone, when I don't know for sure what my shot attempts, what my points are. And, I felt like the ball was coming to my hand so fast, so I couldn't even process it in my mind. And I looked up and I'm like, damn, I got 39. I didn't think I had that much. But it was good to get back into the game and give us some momentum and energy. Our bench was up. Our coaches were up the whole fourth quarter, so I'm glad that little spark gave us a push there.
I saw when you went back in the game in the fourth quarter, and you kind of looked over at Kyrie and you just went like that. I mean, like you knew you guys were headed in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, we were just trying to get over the hump the whole game. I think early in the game we got down too big. It was a 35-21 quarter. And when you're down 15, 16, you just want to break that 10-point mark and get it under 10 and see where you are from there. So I think we were fighting for that the whole first half. And then the second half, we was able to cut that lead early in the third quarter, and that's when I felt like we were in good shape.
Jacques was saying he thinks that you're still getting better, even at this stage of your career. Night to night, can you feel that still now?
Yeah. I feel like I never know how opposing teams are going to guard me, what schemes they're going to throw at me. Sometimes there's some new stuff that I haven't seen before. But at this point, I've seen a lot of different coverages over the last couple of years, so I'm trying to stay prepared for that. So that's definitely how I can keep getting better, is just reading the defense even more. And my next step is just to maybe predict what's coming next from the defensive side of the ball, and watching more film to see the tendencies on the guys on guard, stuff like that. So trying to be focused every game and trying to stay in it and be locked in every game. And that's a battle in this league, especially traveling so much and back-to-backs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be on point every possession.
Did they double you? It seemed like they ran a good amount of doubles at you when you were taking those threes. I mean, were you reading the doubles and saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to get this out before?
Yeah.
Because it looked like you motioned, I think maybe it was Utah or somebody in the court.
Yeah, the
Space it for
Yeah. I felt like those threes in the end of the third, they didn't know what they wanted to do on their coverage, whether they were going to play in the drop or trap the ball or just switch it. And I felt like they were indecisive a bit, and I was able to get free on some of those three-pointers. And but the fourth quarter, they made a good adjustment of just running guys at me and Kai, and we had to make the right decision. I think Utah hit a big three in the corner. We generated some good looks. I want to say Ed hit a 3 too. So we're still working on that. Like when teams run and jump us, what's our alignment after that, and how we're going to make plays after that. So that's more so what I was focused on.
You've had some great stretches throughout your career. When you look at the efficiency you're playing with and the way you're helping everybody else top to bottom, do you think this is the best that you played in your career for this long of a stretch?
I just think mentally I understand the game a little bit more. I'm not too surprised by anything that's thrown at me. So I could say I'm on a different level mentality-wise than I was as a younger player a few years ago. But I feel like I had some great stretches of basketball before. But this is pretty solid. I'm having fun. I'm knocking down some shots right now. So I know I can't compare. I try not to compare. But I feel mentally I'm getting better, and I'm starting to understand the game on a different level than I did before.
In the first half, at least, it looked outwardly that Nick struggled a little bit defensively in the first half and came back into his own in the second half. Do you agree with that assessment? And in your mind, was that just kind of him thinking too much in the first half and just going on instinct in the second, or was it something else?
I just think it was all of us. We all was off on defense. We gave up, was it 55? Yeah, 54 points. I mean, no, that was us. 71 points in the first half. Like, that's not us, and all of us. So I felt like we were all off, and then I think that third quarter we was able to get on the same page finally, be more physical, up the pressure, and we was able to get some stops, string together some stops in a row, which got our offense going.
Ben's been, I think, he was Defensive Player of the Year runner-up. You've gotten all defense votes.
I haven't got off defense.
You got a vote. Last year you got one vote.
Oh, okay. I'll take that vote. I'll take the one vote.
You got one defense vote.
Yeah.
It is what Nick does when he's playing well defensively. Is that pretty much irreplaceable for this team? For the way you guys want to play?
Yeah, I mean, what he brings is unique. I mean, we don't. It's tough. It's rare that you have a center that can guard perimeter players, guard point guards, and block shots at the rim like that, and get up and run the floor. So yeah, he's irreplaceable for what we doing. I think he could play different ways on both ends of the floor. He's energetic. He's young. So yeah, he's irreplaceable for what we're trying to do.
Thanks, Kevin.